Hello and welcome to the Algorithm channel. Today we'll be doing a short tutorial on FreeCAD and doing also something practical. Have this ever happened to you? Because it happens at my home, and today is a day of mining some Wife coins. So we'll be designing, printing and testing a hanger for your door. The only thing you need to do is to measure the width of the door, as I did here, plus measure the clearance between the door and the frame. And I used an Allen key to do that. So with the doors shut, I just took an Allen key that fitted inside. So I know that 3 millimeters is the max that I can do. So I will design it with 2.5 millimeter, and the width of the frame will be 41 mils. Okay, so let's start FreeCAD, and I will be using FreeCAD 20.2, version 20.2, but I believe this will be a pretty universal tutorial, and we'll make it as simple as possible, but not too simple. Okay, so let's create a new file. And in FreeCAD you have a number of workbenches depending on what you want to do. And we'll start with a sketcher. Sketcher is the workbench where you can make a sketch. So draw the shape. And what we'll be doing, we'll be drawing the shape of a crosscut of our hanger. So basically something that will go on top of the door and will be like you can call it an S shape. And we'll start with the XY plane, and we have a grid turned on that is 5 millimeter here, so we can have an idea of the size. And let's start drawing. Basically, you can see this small dot with arms, and it shows that the point we'll make will connect with the start of the axis. Yeah, so 0 point, and we just start drawing it. So that's the basic shape. This will go on top of our door, then down. Then we might want to cycle with the M key and make it round, so it's a nice shape. Yeah, and we press it once again after each click, the M. Okay, so it will be nice and round. M again. We go back. Now we'll try to draw a vertical line, which, as you can see, is not really vertical, but we can fix that. Now we draw the line here, and connect. And we have our basic shape. We'll get back to it, but just to give you an idea what we want to do, I will close it now. You can see the shape. We go to the part workbench, and here's a magic button, extrude, and we'll extrude it along normal. So basically that's the Z axis in this case, and we'll make it 40 mils because that's my idea of how strong and wide this should be, and we press OK. And now you can imagine how this goes on top of your door. It's for sure too thick, and we don't want really to have it that wide at the bottom because our hanger won't fit here, right? So the beauty of CAD programs is that now we come back, we open it here, we come back to the sketch, and once we make a change here, for example, we first make this line vertical. Here is a constraint that will make it vertical. We can click, or we can just press V on the keyboard. and we'll make it, yeah, and we close it, and you can see it changes automatically. Well, the difference is not huge, so you might not see it yet. So let's do some other stuff. I said we want this line to be 2.5 millimeter, and here is the constraint for distance, or L for length. So we press L and say, well, I choose more than just the line, but also the constraint. Press the L, and we say 2.5, because that was the idea, 0.5. Yep. So now it's the right width, but there are other places which are not right. So to make this distance also 2.5, we can select these 2 points and make them 2.5. However, we want to do it more programmatic. So if we change this parameter, I want the whole sketch to change. So what we can do, we can switch here with these red-blue construction geometry toggle. We go to the help lines. So now we'll be drawing a blue line that actually will be just used for constraints. And we draw another one here. And as you can see, if I move it slowly, I can see that there is this dot on the arc. So this means that this line will sit on top of this vertical yellowish line. Plus there is a horizontal bar saying that the thing will be horizontal. Click. And now what we do, I press escape to not be in the painting mode. And now we need to zoom in a bit. We select our first line, with control second and third. We have 3 lines selected. And here we say constrain it to be equal, or press E. Ding! And magic happened. So we see that this size is now same, right? We said that we want this is the width of a door, of our doors. So we make it 41 mils. Right, so we can see the dimensions here, dimension here. And now we need to fix this little gentleman. Maybe we want to have this funny shape, but honestly, well, I'm not sure. No, I don't want it to be the same, and I will show you how we can make it the same. So basically what is happening here, you see things are moving, and these arcs are tangent to each other. So the tangency means that the connection is smooth, right? So you don't see anything pointy here. So it's smooth. But if we want these to be in line, what we do, we need to make these 2 points the same. So we just select both, and you can either use this coincident button here or press C on your keyboard. And now you see that we can move things, but these 2 arcs are the distance between these 2 is the same as between these 2 lines, right? So let's keep constraining it. If this is 41 mils, let's make this gentleman here probably, let's say, 3 centimeters, right? I don't want to mess with it, so I don't want these lines to cross, right? And you can see this part became green because we cannot move it anymore because we constrained it fully. And here you can see that we still have 3 freedoms, so we can basically move this up and down, change the size of this arc, and move this part, right? So that these are our 3 freedoms that we still have. But let's assume that we'll make these 2 gentlemen equal, E for equal, right? So the only remaining part now is how this hook looks like. And we'll put this point on this axis, and to do it we either use this button over here, constraint point onto object, or just O. Press O, and now you can see that there's only one freedom, one dimension of freedom, because we can only change this size. And if you consider that our part of our hanger will go here, we may want to define this size. And if I imagine a hanger, it usually will be probably 5 millimeters in size. So let's assume we'll make it, let's say 10. Let's see how it looks like. 10 mils. Okay, and now it looks like it is fully constrained, because it got, yeah, it says fully constrained, it's green. And let's see if it will work. Maybe, yeah, I think 1 centimeter should be fine, or maybe not. Let's make it 15. You'll see why. Okay, and now you can see that this shape changed, and the only problem now we have is that this thing is too wide, right? But this thing we want to stay that wide to make it firm. We may consider if this back part needs to be that long, but for now let's stick with it. We don't want to over engineer the thing.